Hello everyone, this is Whitebox here with another game of Spirit Island. This is going to be my last game in this series doing double-handed games with the new spirits and new aspects from Nature Incarnate against various adversaries. My brain's been a little burned out doing all these double adversary or double spirit games against level 6 adversaries, so I'm going to turn it down just a little bit and play against the Habsburg Monarchy level 4 instead of 5 or 6. So a little bit easier, still have to deal with those verdant lands and blight and stuff, so we'll see what happens with that. And to contest the Habsburg Monarchy Livestock Colony, level 4, I'm going to be playing Wandering Voice Keen's Delirium and Thunderspeaker with the Warrior aspect. Figured I'd end with 2 Incarnas just to play around with that. So Warrior changes a couple things. Increased complexity replaces the innate power Lead the Furious Assault, which is your destroy effect, and you get to add an Incarna instead of one of your starting presents. And you get Warrior Spirit's Raiding Party. When your actions move to Han and they bring your warrior with them, you may deal 1 damage at the Incarna, max 1 damage per action. And then lead the warriors to battle, target land with the Incarna and Dahan, 1 fear if Dahan, or 1 fear if towns and cities are present, and 1 damage. And then the higher level, which is not too difficult to hit, 3 sun, 3 fire, is 1 damage per Dahan. The other thing that does is it replaces Manifestation of Power and Glory, which is your big hammer, like destroy everything in a land power, with Call to Bloodshed. So a little bit cheaper, that is a good thing, but yeah, so we'll see how it goes. So I think this will end up being more of a bottom track build. With Thunderspeaker, I'm never quite sure which way I want to go, so I usually do kind of a hybrid. But with that, without having to worry about a 3-cost card right at the beginning, I'll probably go all bottom track, at least for a while. I think Wandering Voices Incarna is going to be pretty powerful here if I can empower it, just because Isolation's pretty good against the Habsburg Monarchy, so I might try to get that empowered as soon as I can. We'll see how that works out. So let me go ahead and flip my initial explorer here. It's Wetlands. And then I'll be good to get started. So Wetlands, so big thing here would be stopping that double build in B6, because if they build there, then they'll have 3 towns, they'll also gather 1 in, they'll have 4 towns, they'll be doing 8 more damage, 8 plus damage if they ravage in B6 if I don't do anything about it. So B6 is something that I want to try to deal with. So with that in mind, I'll probably try to move in there and see if I can take stuff out. The problem is that they do have durable, so their towns have extra health, so me really dealing with that town is not going to be easy. And I don't have a push or anything, so that's going to be a challenge. So I might have to gain a card, but then I'd have to reclaim, so that's not ideal. Yeah, so I'll probably just go with the growth 3. Go from bottom. Start going up here. And maybe I'll let it go. I can give up a couple lost condition ravages, so I don't love that. But then I can go in and try to destroy some towns in the slow phase next turn. Although actually I can gather here, so this one won't be a lost condition ravage. So yeah, I'll probably do that. I'll just let it go. So I can't really stop it, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'll just let things happen. So with that in mind, I might just underplay this turn, so I don't have to worry about it too much. Call the Bloodshed, so maybe just a Voice of Thunder? Save some energy and get ready to go, so I get 4 for that. I'm going to be going to 3 card plays next turn. I could do growth 3 and then just not worry about it. I won't have sudden ambush, but I think that'll be okay because I can play my other cards. So yeah, maybe I'll just do growth 2, both from bottom, then I can unlock the reclaim. next turn. That might be interesting. We'll see. Let's try that. I'll see how that works. So I'm gonna go two from bottom, and I'll just add that there, and just play my free card, Voice of Thunder, because I'll get it back when I do another Growth 2 next turn and get that to reclaim one space. So we'll see if that works. Okay, so that's my turn with Thunderspeaker, over with Wandering Voice Keen's Delirium. I liked going the bottom track build last turn. I thought that, or last time I played, I thought that was pretty good. I think probably going a Growth 2 top and bottom to get that 1 energy per turn is going to be pretty nice. I don't really need a power card just yet, so let's do this. Let's see, it's 3 range, then 1 range. And I can just let both those Ravages happen with this one. Not too concerned about it. Maybe I should be? I don't know. And Karna starts out a little far away, so I can't get it to either land to stop a build, unfortunately, which would be cool. I'll just go in here. I don't have any cards that require a Sacred Site, so I don't have to worry about that, so I can just spread out a little bit. Let's go over to that board. I think that's fine. I think this will be an interesting game because I'll kind of be chasing their livestock around the island here with Wandering Voice to some extent. If I did that, I'd have 1 energy, so I could go 3 instead. Let's see, it's 2 range, so I would probably go just from bottom. Let's gain the energy from that growth option. I get an extra air, which is going to be important, because then I'll be able to get the 2nd level of Inscrutable Journeying right away, and I think that's good. Maybe. So let's gain a power card. I'm going to gain a minor. Call the Trade is okay. Call the Guard is very good. I think that's going to be my play. So Call the Guard's going to let me move Dahan around, defend per Dahan, damage, yeah, and it's got Sun, Air, so that is what I'm going to do. It would have been nice to get that on Thunderspeaker instead, but it is what it is. Okay, that's fine. I could play that now, but I don't need it, so Turmoil's Call, not gonna do, okay. So I've only got 1 energy here. I've got the air unlocked. I could do the defend play. So I think I'm actually going to play no cards this turn. I'll just use the air here for Inscrutable Journeying, so I can get 1 level of it at least. Yeah, because I don't care about that. Yeah, I think I'm fine with that. So I'm gonna go no card cards. I'll save some energy. And save my elements. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I am going 0 card plays with Wandering Voice Keen's Delirium. Let's go into fast powers. So fast powers, I just have Inscrutable Journeying. I'm gonna push my dude over here which adds a strife under that town, which could let me push that. I'll just push it up here, doesn't actually matter, because that's the one that's going to be gathered. Yeah, that'll work just fine. Okay, so that's that. My only fast power. Let's go into the invader phase, flip an event for timing. So I won't get wars touch the island shore, unfortunately, and then we build. I'm gonna build a bunch of towns. And then we migrate as I shift over. So migrations happen in board land order. So board B first, I'm gonna gather from there. Then there's, and there would have been a second town built here, thanks to Habsburg's second rule. But there's nothing to gather into this land. This one's next. I'm gonna gather in the one with the strife. And then this one will gather here. Alright, so that's that. I think I can work with this. Okay. So that's that. Now we go into an explore mountains. That's fine. Okay, slow powers, I've just gotten Voice of Thunder. So let's do that here. I'm gonna push 2 Dahan, and I'll bring my Presence and Incarna along for the ride. And then whenever my actions move Dahan and bring my warrior, they can deal damage. So I'll just destroy that explorer. And I think that's it. I don't have Gather the Warriors, so yeah, that's all I got. So discard cards and go back to growth. Alright, and with growth now, I think I want to go with growth 2 again with Thunderspeaker. So I'm going to unrock the 2 from bottom so I can get that reclaim 1 space. I'll just go here and let's see, range 2. I can go here as well. Alright, reclaim 1, so I get Voice of Thunder back. I get 1 energy. And now I have 3 card plays. Ew. If I could save that to Han and B1, I would, but I don't know that it's worth it. I can do it with Sudden Ambush. Doing 5 damage there. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. I'll save that to Han because that's going to be important. So I'll do a Sudden Ambush. And I think I might be able to defend B2 and deal with that next turn. So I'm underplaying a little bit. I'm not playing all my cards here. But playing for Southern Ambush. Okay. Then, fortunately, I don't hit 2nd level warrior with that. Really? I'd have to do Call to Bloodshed. Yeah, I think I'm going to let that Dahan go. Just because I can't really do much with it. So I've got enough Dahan that I can do better things if I do this. Although then I don't have 2 fire, really. Wow, okay. So that doesn't hit the 1st level of Lead the Warriors to Battle either. Interesting. Okay, so there's only 1 combination of cards that does. So maybe I might just have to go with Growth 3 instead. So I won't get Voice of Thunder back. because I don't get that reclaim 1 space. But that's okay, because I'll have an additional 4 energy. And I'll be able to play for my 4 cards and 3 cards in hand. And reclaim on turn 3 is not the worst thing in the world because it gets me 2 extra cards. So I'm alright with that. I'll just pay for it that way. Okay. So this way I at least unlock the first level of Lead the Warriors to Battle, so I can do some damage and fear. That'll be a little bit better. Alright, with Wandering Voice King's Delirium, I'd like to get up to 3 card plays. Although 2's not too bad, so I could keep going growth 3. Because with 2 card plays, let's see, I'm going to do a Call to Guard. I'm going to move that a couple spaces. I'm only going to be able to move it 2 times, not 3 times. Okay. So I might not get the counterattack in D1, but I think that's okay, just because, yeah, I don't really need it, so it's fine. I can get away without it. So yeah, let's do this. I think I will go with a growth 3 again. It's going to keep me pushing off my reclaim, which is probably fine. If I can stop the build in there, that'll be good, because I don't want them to do a double town build. So I can save Call the Guard, so really I might not need the 3 card plays this turn. I definitely want to do Exhale Confusion and Delirium. Probably Frightful Keening. I'll need to start getting some sacred sites up for Mind Shattering Song, although my Incarna counts as a sacred site, so that's pretty easy. Yeah, okay. This actually won't be too bad. So can I get 2 sun out? I can. Yeah, that's not a problem. Okay, cool. So yeah, I think I will go with another growth 3. Gain a power card, energy. Gain air. I'm looking for free cards, ideally with sun. I got no good free cards. Call of Ferocity, again, would have been better for Thunderspeaker. Don't love any of these for this spirit. So I think I'll take Entrancing Apparitions just because it is free. But it'll probably be forgotten for a major a little bit later. Alright, so I got my 1 energy. I'm going to take from bottom. Go right here. Then I want to do a Exhale Confusion and Delirium. And probably Turmoil's Touch. Yeah, let's do that. And I'll be able to take one of those back in hand. So I should be able to get the highest level of my innate. Probably not next turn. 2 turns from that. That's okay. Sure. So I think that's fine. I might be able to get it next turn, actually, if I keep Turmoil's Touch and do Frightful Keening instead. Nope, Frightful Keening has the fire that I need. So Twist Perceptions maybe is the way to go. 2 moon. Okay. Frightful Keening. Let's see, that's 1 energy. Yeah, I think I'll be okay with this. Although I do want to get a second sun out. It's complicated. Alright, I am just going to play Turmoil's Touch. Cat, why do you do this? Come on. Off. Katniss. Off. Yeah. I think I'm good. I could underplay again just to kind of guarantee that I get Inscrutable Journeying maxed out next turn and empowered, but I'm fine with it being delayed. I want to get the second level of Inscrutable Journeying this turn, even if I don't empower my Incarna, so I'm going to go with those. Okay, so going into fast powers, I have a couple now. First, I'm going to do Inscrutable Journeying, so I'm going to push my Incarna in here, add a Strife under that town, and push it into D1. Then I'm going to do the same thing, move over here, D1, and add a Strife under that town. But I'm not going to push that one out. I'm fine with it staying there. Then I'm going to go ahead and use Exhale Confusion Delirium into this land. So it's 2 fear, and invaders with Strife don't participate in Ravage. That's fine. Then I've got Sudden Ambush, so I'm going to go ahead and gather this Tahan in here and kill that Explorer. Words of Warning, so not really going to matter too much. There's not really any place that I can use it. I'm just playing it for the elements, really. So that's just going to go here. Defend 3. Sure. Alright, and then my other powers are going to be slow. So, going into the Invader phase. Let's flip an event. My first one, so I've got Focused Farming. On each board, add 1 Explorer and 1 Town to a land with Towns or Blight. I love that. I can do an Explorer here, I think, is the safest. And do I have to do it in D5? I might. Because I'll have a Lost Condition Ravage if I put it in D3. Yeah, I'll do it in D5. And hopefully I'll be able to deal with that. Okay. So we got Explorer's Blunder, so destroy 2 Explorers among lands with beasts. So actually, I guess I could just throw these guys in here with Focused Farming, and then destroy the 2 Explorers. And now it's not a Lost Condition Ravage anymore because I'm not playing Habsburg 6, so don't have to worry about that. Then we've got Offerings of Story and Season. Each spirit that leads at least 3 Tahan among its lands, which is both of them, may gain 1 energy and reclaim 1 card. That's cool. I get to reclaim Voice of Thunder. Although I'm probably gonna reclaim anyway. But the energy is great. So that's good. No fear card just yet, so we go straight into my Ravage and Wetlands, getting a bunch of blight added. But that's okay against Habsburg Monarchy Livestock Colony, because it's going to mean that when I hit Stage 2, coming up next, they're not going to have as many towns getting added. But this one, there's no retaliation, just does 1 damage. So yeah, that's fine. Alright, so that's my Ravage. Now we go into my build. They're going to build in mountains. And as it slides over, they're going to migrate. So board land order. So right here, I'll migrate in from there. Here, migrate from there. Here. Okay, build in sand, or explore in sands, excuse me, with the escalation. So with the escalation, board B is only getting 1 escalation, board D does get 2. But that's alright. Let's go there. I guess I have to do it in one of the sands, so I'll do it in this empty sands here, and maybe I won't worry about it. Yeah, I'll do it over here. It's easier for me to get in there with inscrutable journeying. Okay, so that is that. Now I'm going to slow powers. So I've got a couple things here. So first, I've got a bunch of stuff on Thunderspeaker. I'm going to... I'll call the bloodshed, won't even destroy that town. Shoot, because it's not durable. So I might just get all my Dahan out of there and let it ravage. That's probably the way to do this. So I can destroy a bunch of towns here. Let's go along board B, actually. So I'm going to gather the warriors. So I can gather, let's see, gather 2 or push 2. Can't do all 3. Sure. So I think call the bloodshed then is going to be my gather. So I'm going to, because I want to get out of here. Okay. So yeah, let's go into there with call the bloodshed. Oh no, I have to target a land with Dahan to gather. Shoot. Alright, well, guess I'll be able to do a sudden ambush again next turn. Okay, so let's do it this way. So gather the warriors. I'm going to gather 2 Dahan into here. Bringing my warrior and one of my presents. That does 1 damage. Then I can do 1 damage there with lead the warriors to battle, and I also get a fear. So 1 fear, destroy that town to get an additional fear. That was called the bloodshed, or that wasn't called the bloodshed. That was gather the warriors and lead the warriors to battle. Then with call the bloodshed, man, mess this up maybe. I can't do enough damage in B2, so I'm probably going to let that go. Let a bunch of things go, but if I get to a blighted island, then it's going to be a lot easier for me to destroy stuff, and I don't have to worry about the escalation. So I'm just going to gather this guy in here. And that's that turn. Over with Wandering Voice King's Delirium, I've got Turmoil's Touch, so spirits may play 1 energy or discard a card from a hand to take a minor power into their discard. So I actually reclaimed this, and I'm going to reclaim anyway next turn, so I'm going to discard this card so I can take another card into my discard. It's going to be Mesmerized Tranquility, which can be pretty good. Isolation and minus damage. And then I'm going to do likewise, so I think I'm going to pay the energy. Or maybe I just do the Trancing Apparitions, discard that. Yeah, I'm just going to discard Entrancing Apparitions, and then take another card to my discard. It's going to be Unquenchable Flames. It's okay. Alright, so that's that. So those are all my slow powers, I think. I do have Mind Shattering Song, actually, so the second level and the first level. So first, let's target this land and do 1 fear per moon that I have, which is 2 fear. And then it's also going to be 1 damage per sun that I have, 2 invaders with strife only. So I can do 2 damage to this guy and kill him. Alright, soul powers are done. Let's discard cards and go back to growth. Thunderspeaker is going to reclaim, so I do gain 2 power cards. First one is going to be a minor, and I think the second one a major. So let's do a minor. Territorial Strife has great elements. Sunfire and an animal. It's just missing an air. Spurring with Words of Fire does have an air, so that's pretty good. I think if I spur on with Words of Fire, then it'll be pretty easy for me to hit the Empower for my Incarna, which I think is going to be pretty strong this game. So yeah, let's go with that. So I'm going to take Spur on with Words of Fire. Then I'll take a major. And see if I get something good. Too many. Alright, so Inspire the release of Stolen Lands. It's kind of a Dahan one, so that's good. Gather up to 3 Dahan. Remove up to 3 worth of invaders per Dahan. It's very nice. Targets non-blighted lands, which is going to be an issue. Getting the water is going to be a challenge, so that's not ideal. Utter Curse of Dread and Bone is a fun card. Again, hitting the threshold on that's not going to be easy. But even without the threshold, it's going to be pretty good, because I'm going to have a lot of blight on the board. So I think I'll take that. Paralyzing Fright, always a fantastic card. But I think I like Utter Curse of Dread and Bone here. And I'll just forget Mesmerize Tranquility. 1 second. Alright, and I'm back, so we'll see if that major does good work for me. Right now it's not going to, because I don't really have the energy to pay for it, but it's a future card. So let's get with that. I think I will play Spur on with Words of Fire. Just okay, yeah, Spur on with Words of Fire is going to be really good here. I've got 3 card plays. I'd love to get the highest level of Lead the Warriors to Battle. Just seems like it's going to be strong, but I can't just yet with 3 card plays. So that's unfortunate. But if I get 1 more fire card, then I'll at least get the first level. So I will. And probably, I mean, I could defend that, but it doesn't really matter because I'm not going to be able to destroy anything there. So I guess I'll do a sudden ambush. Kind of expensive, but okay. I'll save another Dahan. That's the important thing. Alright, so that's that. With Wandering Voice King's Delirium, I'm going to do Growth 2, so I can get 2 from bottom, get that reclaim. Let's go Sacred Site over here. And then just drop some pieces on the board. I guess I'll go, I think it's okay if I kind of spread out, but maybe not too much. Yeah, let's go over there. Alright, I'm going to reclaim Turmoil's Touch. I gain 0 energy, but I'm just going to play Terminal's Touch, Call to Guard, and Frightful Keening. And then I'll play my other in the fast phase, so that'll be fine. Alright, so let's go into fast powers. I'm going to spur on with Words of Fire to give an extra energy over to Wandering Voice King's Delirium, and it will play Twist Perceptions from hand. Now I have enough elements for the highest level of Inscrutable Journeying, so I'm going to do that. I don't have a 5th air, but I do have enough to empower my Incarnate at least. And I have 2 moves. So let's go ahead and move here first. Add a strafe under that one. And then push that town over here. And then I'll move over there. Add a strafe under this town. And push this town into the wetlands as well. Okay. I do have Call to Guard. It's not really going to matter too much. Depending on where I do it, it could be okay. Because I actually forgot that I have it, and I can use it with the Thunderspeaker instead. But again, the defend, I don't know that it really matters. Right now, I guess it's cheaper than sudden ambush, so I can just save the energy. So I'll do that. I could underplay as well and just save that and use Call to Guard to defend that land, which is probably better. So let's do it that way. So I'm going to underplay a little bit here. So Call to Guard is going to go over on this land. It's going to gather 1 Dahan and the warrior, and then defend 1 per Dahan. So that's defended 2. Okay, so that's good. Inscrutable Journeying now. So I did the pushes. I also have enough to empower it, so let's get that empower. And now that land is isolated, so it's not going to pull in any towns, which is cool. I'm ready to go into the invader phase. So let's go to events. Sacred sites under threat. So invaders have begun to find hidden places of natural power. I can let the island's strength repulse them. Each sacred site pushes 1 explorer or town to an adjacent land. Then remove 1 bite per player from the blight card, returning it to the box. I don't love that against Habsburg. Or I can defend them myself, for well or ill. Cost is 3 energy per land where I do damage, and each land with sacred sites and invaders either do 2 damage, or destroy 1 explorer, destroy 1 presence from each spirit. I do have 3 fire out, so that's going to reduce the cost by 3. So I probably want to do that. Yep, let's do that. The story here with Mind Shattering Song is going to be weird. I was just thinking about how that's going to work. Okay. So yeah, I'll do that. So I'm going to do 1 damage, or 2 damage here, destroy that explorer. And then I don't think I need that sacred site there. I kind of want to save my energy instead, so I'm just going to destroy a presence from Wandering Voice. Then we've got Beast Prowl. That also, yeah, no damage, but that's fine. Each beast generates 1 fear if invaders are present. That'll be 2 fear, my first fear card. And then Spirit Speakers solve riddles of power. Each spirit with at least 4 Dahan among its lands gains a minor power, which I definitely do on both spirits. Definitely don't on Wandering Voice. He only has 2, so I gain a minor power on Thunderspeaker. So I've got a defense card, which is good. Nature's Resilience. If I can get stuff that will help me threshold Utter Curse of Dread and Bone, that'd be cool. So moon cards are great. Moon card with fear, push. The push is alright. Costs an energy. I think I like Shadows of the Burning Forest more, just because it's free. So yeah, let's do that. It's got more elements as well. Okay, so that was that. Now we get a Fear card, first one, Terror level 1, Mimic the Dahan. Each player, I wish I had gotten that later, but each player removes one explorer or town from a land with 2 or more Dahan. So yeah, let's remove this guy. And that town is gonna die. I think I'd rather let it die to the Ravage, so I'll just remove that explorer as well. Okay, Ravage. So this one is doing 2 damage. It's defended 2 here, so nothing. The Han will fight back and kill it, even though it's durable. Right here will Ravage. It's fine. Here, this won't fight back, so just 1 damage. This one will... And we go to a Blighted Island. Ooh, I've got Aid from Lesser Spirits. That could be good. As long as my control's okay for the rest of this game. So immediately draw 1 minor power card per player. Plus 1 more, so 3 minor powers. Give 1 to each spirit. They may be used each turn as if played, but cost no card plays or energy. And then the unused one goes into the discard. It's a very good one, potentially. So I've got Call to Isolation is good elements for Thunderspeaker. If I can have that just out all the time, I think that'll be nice. And of course, Gift of Constancy, having that out permanently is amazing. Encompassing Ward, interesting to have out all the time as well. But I think I'm going to go with Call to Isolation on Thunderspeaker. So that's my permanent card. And Gift of Constancy is going to be my permanent card on Wandering Voice. So we'll just put that up over here. Alright, both fast powers, so neither gets used right now. So that could potentially be good. So that's Ravages done. Now we go to the build. So I'll build in Sands. Build shifts over. Now we get to migrations, board land order. So B3, it's going to migrate in from B2. B5 will migrate in from somewhere. Let's do it from here. Try to get out of the inlet. This one will migrate from, let's go D2. Now I'll do D3. And then this one's isolated, so no migrations in there. Alright, build in jungle. Or explore in jungle. That's what I get for flipping it straight into the build space. With the escalation. So, unfortunately, I do still get 2 escalations on each board. Or 1 escalation on each board. Getting close to getting away from that, but... Here's the only one I can do. And on this board, I can do here, because I'll be able to push that out. So that's not a problem. Okay, cool. So those are my escalations. Now let's go into the slow phase. So slow phase, I've got a couple things. I've got more elements now, so it's going to be a little easier to hit warrior, but I don't have the highest level just yet. So, Call of Bloodshed. If I can get in there, that would be nice. So I think I'm going to gather the warriors. Let's do that here. So I'm going to gather 2 warriors in there and bring my Incarna along. Does 1 damage because my actions brought somebody there. And then I can push 2 as well from that land. I'll probably just let b5 go, because I don't have to worry about it. Defend b3, it's not a problem. So where do I want to push this? Yeah, I can let b5 and d4 go and not have any issues. I'll be a little bit short on blight on the blight card, and I'm probably going to start getting events that are blighted island events, but I think it won't be a big issue. So let's push over here. And I should have brought the presents as well. I'll do 1 damage to one of those towns. And then I'll use lead the warriors to battle there, so I get 1 fear. And then I can do 1 damage to destroy that town. And get an additional fear. I've also got Call to Bloodshed, so I'll use that right here and do 2 damage. And destroy another town. So pretty good, starting to come together a little bit. So done with that. With Wandering Voice King's Delirium, I've got the highest level of Mind-Shattering Song. Unfortunately, the way that Durable works... How does Durable work? Destroy all effects work normally, but Mind-Shattering Song is not a destroy all effect, it's just a destroy one. So destroy effects deal 2 damage to towns only per town they could destroy. So I could destroy one of these towns here, is how that works. And I guess I don't really have anywhere else to use it, so I'm going to use that there. I have other things. So I do have Twist Perceptions. They're building in jungle. Okay. So I'm going to Twist Perceptions on this town, and then push him into B3. I think. Maybe. Yeah, that should be fine. So I'll be able to defend that. Yeah, that should be okay. So that was Twist Perceptions. Then I think Frightful Keening. And I can stop that build in the inland, which is probably okay. Let's do Mind-Shattering Song first. So Mind-Shattering Song I'm going to use on D1. So it's 1 fear per moon that I have, which is 3. Nope, just 2 moons. 2 moons. Then 1 damage per sun that I have to invaders with strife only. So that's going to be 4 damage. So 2 of these are at half health. And then for each sun-moon pair that I have, destroy 1 invader with strife. So I have 2 sun-moon pairs. Dog is so loud. Which means that I can do 4 damage to those towns. So I'll split that up and destroy those 2 towns. So that was Mind-Shattering Song. I do have Turmoil's Touch still. I have Turmoil's Touch again. So I think I will use that. So I'm going to pay an energy on Thunderspeaker to gain a minor power into discard. Enticing Splendor. Good elements, but there's a lot of blade on the board, so it's not a great one anymore. And I'll do the same. I've got a lot of cheap cards, so I think I'm okay with that. So I'm going to pay 1 energy to gain a card. Dire Metamorphosis is a fun one usually, although I don't have a lot of blight to work with, so that's the big risk there. Okay, so that was that. And I also have Thoughtful Keening, so I can push that Incarna. And I may as well push to stop the build, so I'm going to push him over here. I get 2 fear for this. I'm going to add a strife to this explorer, push him into B3, and that's my turn. So I'm going to discard cards and go back to growth. I'm going to reclaim on Wandering Voice-Keen's Delirium, which I get an energy for. I can move that Incarna to a lane with my presence. I'm going to move it over here, add a strife to this explorer, and push him. I'll keep pushing in B3, because why not? I'll have a good amount of damage on the fight. From that. Okay, I've got a lot of cards in hand. Also got Gift of Constancy, so I'm going to be getting cards back every turn now. Let me take a break before I get into this turn. Alright, I'm back. Let me see if I can get this game finished up without any more interruptions. Like I was working on Wandering Voice-Keen's Delirium and deciding what to play with them. I do have 3 card plays, so I've got a lot of cards in hand, so lots of things I can do. Probably don't need Call the Guard anywhere. I could do it in B3, but there's not really a Dahan to gather. So it'll probably be good for another Frightful Keening, just keep me moving along. Twist Perception seems good. I don't have much energy though, so let's go with let's keep with Exhale, Confusion, and Delirium. So I can have these guys not participate, and then just the Dahan will fight back and kill that one town that's there. I think that'll be fine. 2 more card plays. I'd like to get 3 air, so I have 2 pushes. Let's do Turmoil's Touch. And I think something with Moon. That way I have 3 Moon Sun pairs. So Twist Perception seems good. Okay, I've also got Gift of Constancy is my free card. I guess I can move that somewhere where you can see it. So let's do that right there. So that's my Aid from Lesser Spirits, his Gift of Constancy, which is a very, very good one. I'll discard my cards from Thunderspeaker. Discard these. I don't want to reclaim again. I'm probably going to unlock the Reclaim 1. So I'm thinking... I need 1 more Moon card in order to threshold Utter Curse of Dread and Bone. So let's save that. So I won't have a lot of energy. I think I'll probably do a Growth 3 so I can gain 4 energy. And add a presence. Alright, so that's my 4 energy plus my 1 here from presence, just to get that out of the way. I'm going to go from bottom so I can get that Reclaim 1, so that's going to be pretty good. I'll just, let's see, 1 range, so yeah, probably just stack up in here. I think I'll Reclaim Call the Bloodshed. I don't need Sprawn with Words of Fire just yet, so that's okay. Won't have the max level of Mind Shattering Song if I don't get that, but I don't think that I need it. So yeah, I think I'm fine with Call to Bloodshed instead. still can't get the highest level of lead the warriors to battle, because I don't have enough sun fire cards. But I'd still like to play Call to Bloodshed. Words of Warning. And I think Voice of Thunder as well. Okay, so that's going to be that turn. Let's go ahead and go to Fast Powers. So first Fast Power, I'm going to use Call to Isolation. Well, push a bunch of those guys out. Okay. So right now, I'm checking the blight situation. So I've got 4 blight on this board. If I let that go through here, I'm going to stop the escalation from happening. This board only has 3, so I'm not going to stop the escalation if it goes through there. Because I'll still have 4. But that's maybe okay. Maybe I don't want to worry about the escalation and just stop the blight from getting there. Not sure. Okay, well, let's do Gift of Constancy. So 2 energy over to Thunderspeaker, and it's going to get to reclaim a card at the end of the turn. And I will also be able to reclaim a card instead of discarding it. I don't have 4 heirs, so I can't gather the warriors fast, so that's going to be slow no matter what I do. That's fine. Yeah, okay. Let's go Inscrutable Journey next. So let's push this guy here. Add a Strife. And I'll push that into B6. And then go into B8. Add a Strife. And push that town also into B6. This one's isolated now. Let's exhale Confusion Delirium over here into B3. So it's 2 Fear, and invaders with Strife don't participate in Ravage. I'm also going to use Words of Warning here, so it's defended 3, and then during the Ravage to Han that land deal damage simultaneously with invaders, so that's good. Then I still have Call to Isolation. So I think I might just stack up all my Dahan on my warriors. So I'm going to push this Dahan over here. Okay. So those are my fast powers. Let's go to an event. That's not a Blighted Island event, and it's one that I can pay for pretty easily. So we've got Missionaries Arrive. They teach and spread lessons about a foreign god. You can ignore their contact with that Han. For each board, discard the top minor power, and if it has Sun, you push stuff, and then replace the Han with towns, which I don't want to do. But I can go ahead and curse the Tongues of the Foreigners. Cost is 4 energy per player, aided by Sun. I have 7 Sun in play right now, so the cost is just 1, which I will pay for right away. Each spirit adds 1 disease into a land with cities. So there, and there. 2 fear per player. And then during the next normal Ravage, cities do +3 damage, which is totally fine. Prey on the Unwary, each beast destroys 1 explorer. Okay. 2 fear cards, Terror level 1. Sense of Dread. On each board, remove 1 explorer from a land matching a Ravage card. and then struggles over with farmland. So each player adds 1 strife in a land with blight, which I like a lot. So let's go with, let's see, coastal is more likely to come up, so I'll do that. So that's that. Now I go into the Ravage, so they're going to Ravage in Sands. Take a blight there. Take a blight here. This one's defended. The Han will fight back and kill that explorer, or kill that town, rather. Build in jungles. And then we get the migration, so board land order, since it's this one's first. Let's just migrate in a strifed town. Here, it's isolated, so nothing there. Right here, I'll migrate in a strifed town, I think. I'll make it a little easier to deal with that, unless I want to let it go. I don't really want to let it go, though. So I'll figure out a way to come in there and help that land out. And then here has to be this one. Alright, so build in wetlands, or explore in wetlands rather. So that's alright. There. Escalation does not happen on board B, because board B has 5 blight. Board D has 4, so they will get 1 escalation. We'll have to add a town right there. Okay, not too shabby. Then we go to slow powers. So slow powers here, I've got a couple. That one's fine. I think I'll twist perceptions. I'm going to add a strife under B8's town and then push it into B6. Now I'm going to use Mind-Shattering Song over on B6. So I have 1 fear per moon that I have, which is 3 moons, so 3. 1 damage per sun that I have, which is 3, so 3 damage. 2 strifed invaders only, so 3 damage. I'll just split them to 1 to each town. And then for each sun-moon pair that I have, destroy 1 invader with strife, which is 3. So I'll destroy these 3 towns. And that pushes me into terror level 2. Okay, so that was Twist Perceptions, Mind-Shattering Song. I've got Turmoil's Touch as well. So let's pay an energy on Thunderspeaker to gain a card. So I've got Scour the Land, probably not a good one. That's okay. And I'd like to do likewise. I'm going to just discard Dire Metamorphosis and take Razor Sharp Undergrowth into discard. It's okay. That was Turmoil's Touch. And then I've still got Voice of Thunder, Call the Bloodshed, Lead the Warriors to Battle, and Gather the Warriors. So pretty much everything on Thunderspeaker left. And let's use... yeah, that'll be okay. So I think I'll do Call the Bloodshed on B3. Destroy those 2 explorers. I'll use Gather the Warriors here on B6. Gather those 3 to Han, as well as my 2 presents. Do 1 damage there, and then I'll push them out over into B5. Do 1 damage there. Now I'll use Lead the Warriors to Battle, so it's 1 fear, and I can do 1 damage, which will destroy that town. for an additional fear. I think I already counted that. Alright, and I've still got Voice of Thunder, so I can push stuff around even more. So yeah, let's do Voice of Thunder, and I'll push 3/3 to Han into this land, along with him. I'll do 1 damage to that town, but it's gonna get healed because that's the end of my slow powers. I'll discard cards. At the end of the turn, I get to reclaim 1 card with each of these spirits. I think I'll reclaim Exhale, Confusion, and Delirium. And I'll reclaim Call to Bloodshed. Alright, now I go back to growth. So back to growth here, I could go to 4 card plays with Thunderspeaker, or I could start going up top track. I'm not sure which one's better. So let's go to 5. Fortunately, don't have a great hand of cards right now. I do have a Reclaim 1, but I think going up top track's going to be a little bit better. More consistent for getting Lead the Warriors to battle, even when I'm not playing all the cards that I have. So let's go 2 from top. Let's see, range 2, so I'll go start going on to this board. I get 2 energy. I get to reclaim 1, so I will reclaim probably Sprun with Words of Fire. Because then I can go top with Wandering Voice. I think that's probably good. I can defend that, that's not a problem. Yeah, let's do this. So I'm gonna go 2 from top. Maybe just 1 from top. No, let's go 3. I'm gonna do that instead. I could go for 4 card plays. May as well. And let's see what I can do with this. So let's go 4 card plays. I'm gonna get an energy. Gain that air. I gain a power card as well. Let's do that first. I'm just going to gain a major, even though I can't afford it just yet. Setting it for the future. Unless it's Tiger's Hunting, and then I can afford it right now. Now, there are a lot of blighted lands, so that does make that a little bit tricky. But I think I can make it work. Very easy for me to threshold as well. There's also Solidify Echoes of Majesty Past, which seems like it's my card. It's cool. Choose 1 of target spirit's lands. In that land and each adjacent land, defend 3. Then add 1 destroyed presence to each adjacent land. Skip up to 1 invader action at each added destroyed presence. And if you have a threshold, which I could get pretty easily, target spirit either reclaims 1 power card or regains a unique power that they've previously forgot, and they can play it by paying its cost. I think I like that, actually. I'm not going to be able to afford it this turn, but that's okay. I've never played it before, so I think I'm going to give that a shot. Tiger's hunting, also potentially pretty good. So I can do some good things over here in D2 with that. Maybe I do just go Tiger's hunting. Well, I can't play it this turn along with everything else, so that's okay. So let's go Solidify Echoes of Majesty Past. I'll see how that works. I'm just going to forget Dire Metamorphosis from discard. Would have been nice to get Power Storm on Thunderspeaker, but oh well. And I don't need to go to 4 card plays because I'm getting an extra play from Thunderspeaker. I think I'd rather go top so I can start affording that major. So let's go top. Go there. I get an extra energy. And I'm going to Exhale Confusion and Delirium, Entrancing Apparitions, Frightful Keening. Okay. Over on Thunderspeaker, let's see, I've already reclaimed Sprawn with Words of Fire. Went from top, so let's play with cards. I'm going to Sprawn with Words of Fire. Call to Bloodshed. And probably Sudden Ambush. Maybe Shadows of the Burning Forest. It's extra fear. Yeah, let's just do that. I'll save energy. So Shadows of the Burning Forest, and yeah, I think that's all set. So going into the fast powers, I'm going to use Sprung with Words of Fire over on Wandering Voice. So it can play an extra card and get an energy. It's going to play Call to Guard. Alright, so that's that. Now, I'm going to use Wandering Voice King's Delirium. I have 5 air, so I can move my Incarna 3 times, if I so choose. So I could move it over into D2. But do I need to? So first let's do Call to Guard. I'm going to gather 1 Dahan into D2. I might not have enough defense for this. So this is going to be defended 2. Let's see. So if I also use Call to Isolation to push this Dahan in here and then Call to Guard. Now this is defend 3. So that might be better. I can give up the Ravage in D6. It's not ideal, but it's fine. So I'll also use Entrancing Apparitions to defend here, so this one is defended 5. That way I get a big counterattack there. Destroy the city at least. Maybe not destroy the towns because of durable, but that should be alright. Okay. Okay, cool. So let's wander around here. Add a strife to that, and that'll push it somewhere else. I'll wander in there, add a strife to this town, and push it into B4. and then I'll wander back so that I'm no longer adjacent to B4, so that I can get a good counterattack on those striped invaders. That's isolated, great. So I think I'm in pretty good shape here. Don't have 4 air, so I can't gather the warriors fast. That's okay. I do have Exhale, Confusion, and Delirium. So I guess I'll use that here. So invaders with Strife don't participate in Ravage here, and I get 2 fear. That's defended 5, okay. And then a Gift of Constancy is going to go over. So I get 2 more energy on Thunderspeaker. So much. And then each spirit is going to be able to reclaim 1 card instead of discarding it at the end of the turn. Alright, I think I'm good with fast powers. So let's go to an event. I'm in Terror level 2, so it is Terror Breeds Aggression. For every 2 fear cards currently in the Earn Fear cards pile, invaders do +1 damage when ravaging, but I've only got 1, so I don't get that, which is great. Beast Multiply. On each board, add 1 beast to a land adjacent to beast. I should have taken Tiger's Hunting. Then destroy 1 Dahan in a land with beasts. Okay. No Dahan lands with beasts, so that's fine. And then Coordinated with Defense. When invaders ravage, if the land has both Dahan and Presence, defend 5. Alright, Fear card, Terror level 2. I've got Wary of the Interior. Each player removes 1 explorer or town from an inland land. That one's good. I'll stop that ravage, which I'm fine with. I'm low on blight, so I don't want to give up more ravages. And I'll just remove another town somewhere. Let's go here. That's fine. Okay. Ravage into jungle. So 1 damage here, 0 damage here. They'll lose their Strife. And Dahan will fight back and kill both of those towns for 2 fear. This one's defended 5. They're doing 6 damage, so 1 Dahan will take a damage. But then they'll fight back and kill the city and the explorer. They can't kill the town, but they can do that. Alright, build in wetlands. So I do get a city belt over here, and a city belt here. A little dangerous, but should be alright. As I shift over, I'll do some migrations. So there. Let's go there. I guess I'll empty that land out there. You know what I could have done is, instead of killing that, well, actually, including killing that explorer, I had 6 damage, so I could have done 2 damage to one of those towns. So the town with the Strife, I'll gather into the Blighted Lands. It's already got 2 damage, so as soon as it moves in there, it would die. Kind of the quirk with those durable lands. So that works out okay, actually. And then mountains with escalation. I couldn't quite pocket that, but that's fine. So I do get 1 on this board. Alright, and I'm looking okay, but still only 2 blight on the blight card is pretty scary. So let's go into slow powers and see what I can clear. So Ravages on board B, not too worried about. I can clean that up pretty easily. But I'll probably be wandering this way. So if I can get in there, that'd be cool. So yeah, let's go ahead and do Gather the Warriors. I'll gather 2 Dahan in here, along with my warrior. do 1 damage. I'm not going to be able to push if I do that, but... yeah, let's do it a different way. Slightly different. So I think I'm gathering in here instead. I can only gather 2, unfortunately, so let's do these 2. I'll do 1 damage to the city. I'm not going to push. Then I'll use Lead the Warriors to Battle here. So 1 fear, 1 damage per Dahan, and 1 damage. So that'll be 3 damage. Let's clear those out. Let's see, I can do Call the Bloodshed somewhere as well. Yeah. Let's do Call the Bloodshed and gather. Oh, I can't gather with that. Okay. I would have had to push out one of those to Han. So if with Gather the Warriors, no, it still doesn't work. It's tricky. Okay, I think, yeah, that's like all I got. So I'll just do 1 damage per Dahan here. Got one of those guys. Not great. But I did get a city killed, so that's fine. Okay, so those are my slow powers on Thunderspeaker. Next, I'm going to do slow powers over on Wandering Voice King's Delirium. Let me check one thing real quick. Okay, yeah, I think I'm good. Yeah, so what do I want to do? Oh, actually, I can combo things a little bit better than I was. Yeah, let's keep that there. So that's Call the Bloodshed. So I will do Frightful Keening. I'll push this guy 1 over here. Push that now into D2. Now I'll Call the Bloodshed on this town and destroy it. That's a better use of that, for sure. I also got 2 fear from Frightful Keening for pushing into a land with invaders. And then I have Mind Shattering Song, but not many places to use it, really. So I'll just target this land, 1 fear per moon that I have, which is 2. And I can kill that Explorer. Not the greatest use of it, but I think that's alright. Okay, so I'm going to discard cards and go back to growth. I'm going to reclaim, Call the Bloodshed. I'm probably going to reclaim with Wandering Voice King's Delirium. Yeah, I definitely am. So let's do that. I get an energy. Get to add or move my Incarna, so I'm going to move that over here. I think. That'll make it a little easier to do Wandering Voice. I can do it in here instead. So that gets a Strife. And I'll push it out, because why not? Okay, yeah, that's a little bit better. Get 1 energy for growth and presence. Reclaim cards. I would have had the reclaim too, but I wanted to reposition my Incarnate anyway, so I think it's good to get all those good cards back. And I'll probably have to spur on with Words of Fire so I get 4 card plays, but that is what I wanted anyway. So still have to save that. And I'll want to do something to stop all of these from dying. At least this one from cascading is the big one. So if I can stop that from cascading, that'd be fantastic. Let's do Exhale, Confusion, and Delirium. Probably Call to Guard. I think I can probably get Gather the Warriors fast, which will let me get a bunch of Dahan in one of these to counterattack, so that's fine. So Call the Guard's going to be good. Doesn't have a moon, but that's okay. And I think Twist. I think I'll do Terminus Touch again. Okay, card plays over on Thunderspeaker. I think I want to reclaim. Gain 2 power cards. Let's do a minor first and then a major. So Fire in the Sky is perfect element-wise, so that is the one to do. It's also a really good card. Fear, Strife. Strife is going to be good anyway, so yeah, I like that. And then a major. Let's see if any of these help. Sweep into the Seas, okay. Do I even have a second water card? Don't think I do. No, I don't have a second card with water. So Storm Swath and Sweep into the Sea are not going to be easy to threshold. Walls of Rock and Thorn I can probably do. Mountains coming up next, so yeah, that's probably good. I can use it over here in D8, since that's going to be a mess. So let's take Walls of Rock and Thorn, and I will forget... I was going to do Utter Curse. So maybe instead of Fire in the Sky. Seems weird to say, but I was going to get a card with Moon so I could threshold Utter Curse of Dread and Bone. So instead of Fire in the Sky, I am going to take Lure of the Unknown, weirdly enough. And I will take Walls of Rock and Thorn. And forget... Scour the Land. I'm not going to use that. Alright, so a couple things I can do here. Probably save that. I actually don't have another card with Earth. Well, weird. So maybe I want this to be my Utter a Curse of Dread and Bone play. I'm gonna get 2 energy. And I might not need to give another card play over to Wandering Voice. It's not going to get to 5 air this turn anyway, so having 3 is okay. Yeah, so I think I might be okay without doing that. So let's do Utter Curse of Dread and Bone. And I might be able to clean up this map and just win this turn. Slow phase, probably. I need Shadows of the Burning Forest and Lure of the Unknown. I won't have Gather the Warriors fast, but that's okay, I think. We'll see. Okay, so going into fast powers here, I'm going to use Call to Isolation to gather a Dahan into this land. Then I'll use Call the Guard, gather another Dahan in here, and defend this too. I'm going to use Inscrutable Journeying. This could be a problem. Might need extra defense. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to do Utter Curse of Dread and Bone this turn. That's okay, though. Let's take this back. Reset things a little bit. So instead, I will go with Spur On with Words of Fire. Play a bunch of air cards, so Words of Warning. And probably still Lure of the Unknown, because I can get that back, no problem. Or actually, maybe... No, Enticing Splendor I don't have the range for, so that's fine. Although Voice of Thunder gives me an extra air and an extra sun, so let's do that. Don't have 2 fire yet, but that's okay. I'm just setting up for stuff. Okay, yeah, that'll be fine. So now going into fast powers for real. Let's do Spur On with Words of Fire over on Wandering Voice King's Delirium, so I can get an extra card play. And I could Threshold, Solidify, Echoes, and Majesty Pass. Well, let's do it. Let's try this out. So that's 4 energy. Okay. Yeah. So next up, I'm gonna. I can make Gather the Warriors fast because I have the threshold on that. So let's gather one Dahan into here, and then I will push up to 4 Dahan. Over into these lands. Actually, I might push them all over here. Yeah, that'll be better. Alright, then Words of Warning is going to go here, so that's defended 3. I kept this Dahan here actually, and then just gathered into this land directly, so I can get a presence over there. Maybe that's better. We'll see. Alright. Now, can't push out of D8, but that's okay. Okay, so let me see what this major does again. So choose one of target spirit's lands. In that land and each adjacent land defend 3. They add 1 destroyed presence to each adjacent land. Skip up to 1 invader action. Add each destroyed presence. Or add each added destroyed presence. And I have the threshold. Unfortunately, I don't have any cards to reclaim because I reclaimed on both of these this turn, so that doesn't matter too much. Okay, so Yeah, I think that'll be cool. Alright, so I can push this twice. I'm going to push in here. Add a strife there, under the city. Then push in here. Strife one of those towns. I'll push that strifed town over into D1. I'm just going to use Exhale Confusion Delirium over here into D1 as well, so 2 fear, and strifed invaders do not participate in Ravage. Then I'm going to use Solidify Echoes of the Majesty Past in this land, so let me add a Destroyed Presence. I'm going to use it here. So it's defending 3 in all adjacent lands, and I can add a Destroyed Presence into this land, which means that they're skipping actions in D8. So they won't build that double town. Haven't forgotten any unique powers, so I don't get those back, but that's fine. Yeah. So then I still have Call the Guard. I guess I'll just do that here. So it's an extra defend 4, just in case they get extra damage somehow. So I've done that. Done Gift of Constancy. I think I already got that energy here. So it's Reclaim for both spirits. Spur with Words of Fire is done. So yeah, I'm good with fast powers. Now let's go to an event. I'm in a Blighted Island, so Voracious Consumption. After the Ravage step, add 1 Blight to a land with cities and no Blight. Spirits may prevent this on any and all boards by destroying 2 presents from each board to be protected. It's probably okay, because I can bring presents back. Plagues bring fear and death, 1 fear per board with disease. 2 damage to Han in a land with disease. Destroys that to Han. Alright, and then engage on their own turns during Ravage. to Han do only 1 damage each. That's unfortunate. But they deal damage before invaders. Doesn't matter. So. Okay. 2 fear cards, Terror level 2. Getting close to the end of this game, I think. Unrest, each player adds 1 strife to a town. For the rest of this turn, invaders have -1 health per strife to a minimum of 1. That's pretty good, actually. So they're skipping actions there. This one's defended 3. But I'll add a strife there because it's good. And they're not losing the strife there. And then let's go here. Okay, that's Unrest. Next is Panicked by Wild Beasts. So each player adds 1 strife. I love all these strife adding things. In a land with or adjacent to beasts. Invaders skip their normal, explore, and builds in lands with beasts. Let's go here. And I'll just go here. Yeah, sure. Okay, so that's Panic by Wild Beasts. Let's go to a Ravage. So this one, it's skipping the Ravage. They're also not removing their strife, so that's fine. Right here, it's defended fine, a million. The Dahan are only doing 1 damage each, but these guys have -1 health, so I only need to do 4 damage to clear that land out. Especially because my Dahan attack before the invaders. So that's 3 more fear. And now I'm just 2 fear cards away from Terror level 3, although there aren't that many towns left on the board, so I might be able to win this in Terror level 2. So that's the Ravage. Build in mountains. let's see, I had them skip this. This one actually did Ravage. It was just defended, but they're not losing their Strife, so that's what that was. So build, no build. Okay, shifts over, so we get our migrations. B1 has nothing to migrate into B2, nothing to migrate into B7. B5 can migrate in a strifed town, and same with B8. Actually, no, B8's isolated, so nothing migrates into there. Alright, and then explore jungles and wetlands. Fortunately, I wasn't able to pocket everything over there, but that's fine, I think. Okay, let's see what I can do. Alright, slow powers. So I do think I have Mind-Shattering Song. Yep, I've got 4 air, so that works out really well. So I'm going to go ahead and do a Mind-Shattering Song into D1 for sure. So it's 1 fear per it's 1 fear per moon that I have, which is 3, so 3 fear. Then 1 damage per sun that I have to invaders with Strife only. So I have 5 sun, so let's do that. 3 more fear. And then for each sun moon pair that I have, I can destroy an invader with Strife. So that'll be these 2. That already gets me closer to that. There are no cities, so if I can get 8 fear, then I just win. I don't think I'll be able to, but might get close. So I do have warrior, but it's not super useful this turn. So maybe I'll just do 2 fear somewhere. Yeah, I'll push my warrior into this land, clear that out. And I think that's it, right? Alright, so then we have Turmoil's Touch, so each player may discard a power card to gain a miner into their discard. Let's do that. I'll just do Enticing Splendor. And I gain Sucking Ooze into discard. Interesting. I don't think I'm going to do it on Wandering Voice, so I'll keep that. Alright, discard cards. Go back to growth, and this will probably be the last turn of the game. Get to keep one of these cards. Let's keep Exhale Confusion and Delirium. Get to keep one of these cards as well. I think I'll keep Words of Warning. Let's see, I want to go top, I think. Yeah, let's add 2 presents and go top. Let's go over here. You get to reclaim a card. You get 2 energy. So I think I'll probably do Call the Guard. Tricky actually, but I think I've got it. Over with Thunderspeaker, I'm going to reclaim Speron with Words of Fire. Okay, yeah, Speron with Words of Fire is good. Then I think I want to get to 4 card plays, and I've got enough energy, so let's just go 2 from bottom to get to 4 card plays. Get in there. Yeah. Okay, 2 energy. So I want to spur on with Words of Fire. I want to call the guard. Nope, that's over here. Just put it in the wrong pile. I want to do Walls of Rock and Thorn. I don't have the threshold, but that's okay. Don't need it. Got 2 more card plays. Let's try to get 2 air out, so I'll do Sudden Ambush. And Lure of the Unknown, just in case, so I get the highest level of this. But Words of Warning, probably better, so let's go with that. All of my energy towards this. Over onto Wandering Voice. I go on Entrancing Apparitions. For 1, I do get 2 energy. Let's go with... I don't even have a good place for Razor Sharp Undergrowth. Let's do Exhale Confusion, Delirium. It's Fast Fear, so that's really good. And Call the Guard. And then go into fast powers. So first up, Spur on with Words of Fire. It's going to give another energy over to Wandering Voice. And I'll play Frightful Keening. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so that's that. Spur with Words of Fire. Okay, cool. I'm going to use Walls of Rock and Thorn right here, so 2 damage. We'll destroy that town. And it's defended 8. Also isolates and adds a Wilds. So I've got 4 towns left on the board. Don't know that I'm going to be able to destroy them all. Let's use Sudden Ambush right here, so we'll gather a Dahan. We'll destroy that Explorer. Then I'll use Call to Isolation to push this town over into D5. Yeah, that's fine. I'll use Call the Guard to gather 1 Dahan in here, so this one's defended 2. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to use, let's see, do I have a way to get more? I don't think I do. Okay, yeah, I will do that. So that's defended 2. I'll use Gather the Warriors. Suck a bunch of Dahan into this land. let's see. Just in case, I'll do Entrancing Apparition, so let's do this land. Gather 2 explorers. I'm also going to push, let's see, I could have done 4, yep, so I'll push one of these guys over there. Alright, and then defend this 3 with Words of Warning. Alright, and I've got 2 pushes with Inscrutable Journeying. Fortunately, I don't want to have him end up adjacent to this land, because if he does, then he's going to stop those Dahan from counterattacking, and I kind of want that. So I think I'll just leave my Incarnate there. I think that's okay. I guess I can push him here and then push him back. And that'll add a little strafe. Alright, and I think those are all my fast powers. Well, I do have Exhale, Confusion, Delirium. I'll just use that for the fear somewhere. I want this Ravage to go through. I want them to counterattack, so I don't want to use it there. It's possible I get an event that ignores Strife, and then I'm screwed. So I'll just chalk it up as a loss and then redo it with a different event. So I'll just use it here. Alright, Gift of Constancy is going over as well, so 2 energy over the Thunderspeaker. And then reclaim if somehow I don't win this game in the Ravage, probably. Alright, so that's that. Now we go to an event. As long as it doesn't ignore Strife, I should be good. So we've got the Lands Bounty exhausted. In lands without presence, it takes only 1 damage to add Blight. I think I'm good. Yeah. Alright. Then we've got Grim Toll. Choose a land with disease. In that land, 2 damage to invaders and 2 damage to Dahan. Okay. Tell the old stories. Each spirit with at least 2 Dahan among its lands gains either reclaims 1 power card previously forgot, or reclaims 1 power card. Sure, I'll just reclaim power cards. 2 fear cards, Terror level 2, and these might let me win right now. So each player removes removes 1 explorer or town from a land with beast disease or at least 2 Dahan. Perfect. Yep, remove that town, and yeah, then I win. So I'll just remove this guy too. Flee the Pestilent Land. Each player removes up to 3 health worth of invaders and lands with disease, or 1 explorer from an inland land. Sure. Okay. Ravage in Mountains. This one's defended 3. They do 2 damage. The Hun will fight back and kill that town. This one is defended 3 as well. Or defended 2, actually. So they're doing 1 damage, which is fine. And then the Han will fight back, and they can kill both those towns. Alright, and that's the end of that action. We are in Terra level 2, and there are no towns on the board, which means that I win. Terra level 2 victory. So that was kind of cool. I'm not sure how I feel about Thunderspeaker with the warrior aspect. I like Manifestation of Power and Glory and just blowing up a big land rather than just pew-pewing with 1 damage at a time. So I don't know. It's interesting. I'm not sure that I like it more than base Thunderspeaker. I still really like Wandering Voice. The control that you get is awesome, and making a control spirit that uses Strife is very neat, so I think it's really well designed. And the isolation is excellent against the Habsburg Monarchy Livestock Colony, so that part of it was good. Getting that empowered, I think on turn 3, was very helpful. So hopefully you enjoyed this one. Sorry there are going to be a couple edits here as I cut some stuff out, but I think it'll be okay. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you everybody next time.